relationship between men and women. And when we say principle, we're talking about the foundation of each of these three. We're talking about the principle of dating, principle of friendship, and principle of marriage in Islam. By itself, each entity, each department needs lectures and lectures upon lectures. If we go to the meaning of dating, well, in Islam, since I was asked to speak about the principles of in Islamic principle of dating, there's no such a thing in Islam called dating. There's no dating in Islam. There's no, because what is the definition of dating in the West? Because this dating apparently or recently been promoted by the West. Dating in the West, the definition of dating is you meet a partner that you're attracted to. Physical attraction. Because personality, traits, manners, all this will come later if they pass that state. So dating in the West is you invite someone that you like, you're attracted to a dinner, to a movie, to a park, to a trip, for very short. Usually in the West, first and the second and by the third, latest the third dating, it becomes physical. It's not mostly by the second or the first. It means they do haram, which completely contradict the principle of Islam that I was asked to address. Islamically, dating, as we know, is not allowed. ما خلا رجل, as the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, ما خلا رجل بامرأة, there's no man alone with a female or women except the shaitan is the third of the. So from that aspect, it is not allowed, it is not acceptable. And because of that, when we say Islamic principle of dating, we're giving the term of dating validity. It should not be given. Yes, in Islam there's something called khitbah, which means a man will propose to a lady, will propose to this young lady, and there are restrictions, whether we follow those restrictions or not, there are restrictions on that relationship and how it may advance. And we know the limitation of the Sharia from that. So this, when it comes to dating, university level is a little bit strange because most of the students, they just want to have someone that they want to get to know, talk to, see if their chemistry is matching, and then they move if they want to continue with this relationship. Is it halal Islamically? Because I would not be with you to answer these questions due to my journey that I have to take. Is it halal? Absolutely not. Is it allowed for brother, mashallah, tabarakallah, to come to Aisha, to come to Sumayya, come to Khadija at the university and said, I know you have difficulties with your chemistry, or I know you have difficulties with your computer class. Let me help you a little bit, inshallah. Let me give you a special private lessons. Durus khususiyya, called special lesson. Is that allowed? We said no. Islamic is indeed a black and white, the relationship between a male and female, whether we follow it or not. And it's a very good thing. As a matter of fact, I may propose the subject that I was telling you, fiqh of love, to the university, because the diseases and the problems that we have in the West is not slowly but fast moving to our culture here. Because of the social media, we have a very, very fast way of communicating with them. To move on, The second issue of relationship of friendship. In Islam, what is the principle of a friendship in Islam? First of all, friendship can only be between female and a female. It can never be between a male and a male. It can never be between a male and a female. Do you agree, brothers and sisters? You don't agree? Do you agree with me? See? If any sister has the idea that a brother, a classmate, or a neighbor can be just a friend, and he is my best friend, or we are just a friend, he's my little brother, or he's my older brother, or he's just like a brother, that's a lie. That's a lie. Maybe in your head, sisters, maybe that's true. But in a man's head, is that true, brothers? Ilahi nakabaqa. Come on. Be truthful. No. First of all, there's no man will come and say, I want to befriend this girl. She's very ugly, but alhamdulillah, I want to have her for the sake of Allah. No. She's not my type. No. No. A man will come and approach a young lady because he has some interest in that relationship. Some sisters are very naive. Oh, why not there? That's garbage. Maybe in your head, yes. But in his head, it's like, MashaAllah, I got the ganta, where do you live? What's your father's name? Because his intention is not just to be friend. Men can never be a friend, women without interest. I know some sisters are very naive. No, he's not my type. He's too true for me. He's too tall for me. He's too light, too dark. But in his head, that is not what is going on. So Islamically, there is no friendship between brother and a sister. Yes, there's a limitation how you deal with each other. There's a professionalism. He's your classmate. She's your classmate. You may ask a question without seducing her or him. وَلَا تَخْضَعْنَا بِالْقَوْلِ. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not say when a woman talking to men, she should not soften her voice. She should not, act so sweet, so gentle, so no. She has to be very direct and nothing else. Because sometimes even the signals that you send to us as men, we cannot understand them. We cannot. I'll show you, inshallah, one day. And brothers, for you to understand women, you will understand them only in Jannah. In dunya, no. For a man, he needs very simple thing. The max that a man needs or he wants or desires are 4 things. It's all known to all men. 4 things. But what women thinks and needs and wants is something, there are codes that we can never crack. There are things, passwords you will never be able to dial. So if a man tries to, it will never happen. You can never be able to. So in a nutshell, because I am taking much time of Sheikh Hafidahullah, my dear brother, or my dear little brother, Sheikh Jamaluddin, the last principle that he talked about is Islamic principles of marriage. Marriage in Islam takes very systematic stages. Very simple. Very systematic, 3 stages. 1, showing interest of that, whether he is he or she. Let us talk from a man's perspective. When a man shows interest of that lady, he should do background check. Is she engaged? Is she married? Is she ready to get married? If he realizes all of these checks are already met, then now he asks question about her character. See, men, the way we evaluate women is completely different how women evaluate men. Two different. When a man wants to marry a woman, his checklist is not how educated is she, how much money she has, what is her future potential. Is she going to go to a medical school and make money? Is she going to be a lawyer? She's going to be. That is not a man's. What man focuses on is how many relationships that this young lady had in the past. Not meaning haram relationship. It's all about how many men, how many boys, how many guys, how many university students been talking to. The way we evaluate women is different how women evaluate men. A man, when he sees it, he says, okay, she has no haya. Okay, that's X. She's really, really talking to men. That's X. She's, very aggressive. And she's trying to show that she's a dominant one. That's X. We don't like it because man will not care. Man, all he cares about is she's pure. See, men, all they care about for women is, I want to be the first man that she spoke to. I want to be the first man who held her hand. I want to be the first man that said to her, I love you, or she said to me, and so on. It's not how much money or how many degrees, none of it. The women, the perception of man at that stage is completely different. It's about his potential. What can he do? Not every single woman I'm talking about in general. His potential. Can he protect me? Can he help me? Can he maintain me? Can he do this for me? So for women is like, this is who I want to invest in. I want to be someone, be loved by this man, someone who can be a father of my child, someone that I can protect me in case that I need help. So women see men completely. See, men, you worry about your past. For women, they worry about your future. You worry about their past, but they're concerned about your future. Where can you take it? And that's why in psychology they say women in lifestyle, women will always wants to go up. She will never go down. Lifestyle. Women will never say, mashallah, tabarakallah, I was married, or my late husband, I was married a man who was a simple man. Now, if she has a chance, she will never go and marry any man who's less than her late husband. Always trying to go up. We're men, we don't care. See, that's why when women move forward, men don't benefit. But when men benefit, when men move forward, women benefit. For example, I'll give you an example. If a man becomes a president, what would you call your wife? Let's use the Western terminology. If you become the president of the United States, for example, may Allah prevent that. But if you become, you replace Biden, what would you become? What would she become? Hadlad, I know my answer. So talk to me. What would she become? First lady. Now, if she becomes the president of the United States, what would you become? The bodyguard. So, if today you become the king of England, you are the king, what will she become? The queen. But if she's the queen, what are you going to become? Nothing. You become the miskin that stands in the back of, hair back all the time for a picture. So the first stage is that stage. So that's how the mentality. The second stage is the actual stage where you go and you want to get to know this young lady. And there is many ways of that, inshallah. Maybe one day we'll talk about. But propose to her, to be able to see her in a way that is not allowed for you to see in a public. What I mean by this, you propose to her, you went to her parents, you went to her father, you went to her brothers. Now this thing is official, which is the second stage. Now you can ask her many questions that you were not able to ask before. You can see of her what you were not able to see before, such as her hair, such as her with the makeup on. Nowadays, women give this thing for free, mashallah, for free. But that's supposed to be the second stage or the late stage. When a man will come, your hair, how beautiful you are, and so on. And this is what the ulama differ. How much man at the time of engagement, how much can he see her? There are two extremes, and there are some in the middle. We will go with the one in the middle. The two in the middle, actually, there are four, but two in the middle. One, they said you can see face and the hair. Nowadays, that is not difficult to achieve. Most women don't wear niqab. So that's not difficult to achieve, to see her hands and her face. The other opinion is the opinion where it says you can see of her what is permitted her maharim to see. Means you can show her arm, show her face, show her hair, just nice for the day that you're meeting her. Not in public, of course, but in her house. And in that, you're entitled to ask any question that you desire to ask bi-idhnillah. So this is second. Third stage, due to limitation, again summarize and highlight. Third stage, when you actually get into a marriage where you take a nikah, you fulfill the conditions of nikah, and then you move with her as a wife. Now in this, few steps. Number one, the best. Number one, less the dowry and the expensive of that young lady, less it is, more barakah Allah will put in that marriage. Right? Women don't ask for camels and cars and houses, and no. Because the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam قال من يمن المرأة تيسير خطبتها وتيسير مؤونتها. He said from the barakah of this young lady is that you ask that her expenses, not that the man cannot afford, but less, smoother the proposal, the engagement, the nikah, the smoother it is, less costly it is, more barakah that Allah places into that marriage. Not I want to have my wedding in the most expensive hotels, I want the biggest ring, I want the fattest dowry, mashallah, tabarakallah. Some sisters that, I just left the marriage, and the nikah, somebody else was performing, she asked 450 camels. She doesn't even know how to milk camels. What are you going to do with 150 camels? She's even afraid of camels. Why? But it was just a title. Her dowry was 150 camels. No, Sharia is Sharia, it wants taysir, simple. Your husband later on can give you, his heart can give you whatever's in the pocket, but there's always a key, a way to turn that on. And you learn that. In that process, for men and women, especially men, if you're getting married, make sure your marriage starts with blessings from Allah. Which means no music. Can't say women now is a dead. This is her only night. Let her dance. Let her play music. Let her have fun. It is only once a lifetime. Let her. No. And I've noticed some of the Muslim, mashallah, families, they have very ugly culture. Which is, yes, they say today is a nice ladies' night. Yet, they will bring the groom and they will say he has to come and see her in that event with all these ladies dressed up with makeup and subhanallah, fake eyelashes, mashallah, and all that crazy stuff. Right? See, as a man, it is your responsibility. Make sure your marriage starts. Oh, oh, everybody wants, my mother wants this, her mother wants this. No, that is not gonna set you free on the day of Yawm al. وَلَقَدْ عَهِدْنَا إِلَىٰ آدَمَ مِنْ فَنَسِيَ وَلَمْ نَجِدْ. When Allah removed Adam from Jannah, what did He say to Adam? إِنَّ هَذَا عَدُوٌ لَكَ وَلِزَوْجٍ. He said, this is, the Iblis is your enemy and the enemy of your wife. فَلَا يُخْرِجَنَّكُمَا مِنَ الْجَنَّةِ. Come on, complete. مِنَ الْجَنَّةِ. What is? فَلَا كملوا فَلَا يُخْرِجَنَّ. Two of you. Don't allow him to take both of you from Jannah. فَتَشْقَى. Otherwise, you, Adam, mufrad here. One. Not he didn't say fatashqaya. He didn't say both of you will struggle. He said no, fatashqa, you Adam alone. Because you're responsible. You're the man of the house. You're the one who will be questioned on the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah. So you don't say, oh, her mother wants it. Let's cut them badoni. Everybody wants this. Therefore, I let her go. It's just one night. You're starting your life with a curse, with the anger of Allah, with the wrath of Allah. And then you want to bless children from that. You want a zawja that's mubarakah. You want a house that is mubarak. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So what do you need to do? This is the last stage. This is the stage that you assume as a man the responsibility of the household. This is a moment, young ladies, that when you put your weapon down and say, now I'm going to listen to my husband because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told me that I have to follow, I have to give in, I have to submit his leadership. Allah said in the Quran, الرجال قوامون على النساء. Now he is the one who's going to be responsible in this dunya and in akhirah. And now from there, the marriage and the outcome of that marriage would be blessed. But in a nutshell, the principle of marriage is not only kind of shurut and nikah, but it's how you fulfill your life. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect you and to reward you all. Once again, time is up. Once again, I want to say thank you to Sheikh Jamal ad-Din. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you all for being here early. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.